It's a division rivalry that has gone back for years, especially at this point now that the Commanders have had their name for the last couple of seasons. But this division rivalry has been played very tight, very close over the course of the last several seasons. And this season in particular, this week, to start off this week 11 of the NFL regular season, will decide who, for now, has control of the NFC East and is in the driver's seat as the teams vie for a playoff spot. The Philadelphia Eagles are taking on the Washington Commanders on Thursday Night Football. Welcome to Birds Nest Media's coverage of this game. I'm Joe Donahue. Thank you so much for joining us. So it's going to be a interesting game. Definitely a tight turnaround situation for both teams. I don't think anybody expected at the start of this year that the Commanders and the Eagles would be as close as they are, at least from a talent perspective, for this late into the season, that they would be vying for that playoff spot, vying for control of the division, for that matter. I don't think anybody really saw that. I don't think anybody really anticipated that. And that having been said, you have this kind of a situation here where that is where we're at. The Philadelphia Eagles, who at the beginning of the season had a little bit of a rocky start, went into the bye and had a substantial turnaround, had a substantially more crazy, radical shift towards running the football now. It's substantial, and Philadelphia Eagles are on a huge win streak. The Washington Commanders, though, started off with a relatively similar outset. They got started pretty hot over the course of this season. New quarterback in Jaden Daniels, the second year of ownership under Josh Harris. The Commanders are in a pretty interesting spot here as well, and it'll be really fascinating to see who is going to be, or who's going to come out on top here. I think this is going to be a closer game than people have expected. Now, the last couple of seasons that the Eagles have had major win streaks, the Washington Commanders have been the spoil sport. We think back to the 2022 season where the Eagles went to the Super Bowl. They started 8-0, and it was the Washington Commanders that dealt the Eagles their first loss. In the 2023 season, the Eagles did sweep the Commanders, which is good, but the first time that the two teams met up, that game went into overtime. So it was a challenge. And the Philadelphia Eagles should not underestimate this team, because historically these teams have played really tough against each other. And that's what you would expect out of a division rival. So that's where things stand at that point there. So the Eagles, for me, I'm going to be looking for a lot of run the ball. I'm going to be looking for a lot of what has worked over the course of the last several weeks, making sure that they're able to get control of the game early and not give the Commanders the light of day. Now, the Commanders will probably have an opportunity to do some of that. The Commanders will, of course, they're a good football team this year. So I think the Commanders will have their hands full a little bit. We'll give the Eagles a lot to think about. I do think the Eagles come away with the win here today. We'll see how that pans out. But we're just about 9.5 minutes away from kickoff. So it's definitely, we're in that moment where it's time to take a look at things. And we're in that moment where the rubber's going to meet the road. So this is, for the first time in a couple weeks, this is a must-win game for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Last time the Eagles had a must-win game, really just to turn their season around, was following the bye. The their Week 6 matchup against the Cleveland Browns. That was a must-win game for the Philadelphia Eagles. This week, Week 11, is a must-win game for this team because, again, they are playing for control of the NFC East here. So, definitely something to bear in mind as this team keeps plugging along. This is a Thursday Night Football game that is being broadcast on Amazon Prime Video, so you do want to make sure that you have Amazon Prime Video to catch this game. If you do not, definitely go check that out. If you're in the Philadelphia area and you don't have Amazon Prime, you can catch this on Fox 29. If you are not in if you're in the Washington area and you want to watch this game, check your local listings for that. I don't know what it is. Obviously, if you're outside of the Philadelphia or Washington areas, you do need to have an Amazon Prime subscription to be able to watch this game. So it's an important game. It's an important game for everybody. It's an important game for this team, and it's a short turnaround with a division rival coming off of a victory over another division rival. Again, tough game. And we will see who comes out on top. Again, usually in Thursday Night Football matchups, the advantage tends to lie with the home team simply because of the short, or simply because there's an advantage to being at home. But yeah, this is going to be a tough game. This also, just a couple of other notes here, this marks the return of Zach Ertz to Lincoln Financial Field. It's his first time at Lincoln Financial Field since he was traded away by the Eagles a few years ago. He went to the Arizona Cardinals, and he is now playing for the Washington Commanders. So again, first time at home for the former Philadelphia Eagles tight end, one of the great Eagles tight ends. The Eagles have had a really solid string of tight ends going back a number of years. Brent Selleck, Zach Ertz, and now Dallas Goedert. So, again, just a really good opportunity, really good game. Looking forward to how this pans out. Additionally, this is retirement night for former Eagle Vinny Curry. Vinny Curry will be officially retiring as an Eagle tonight, so that's just another little story. They'll probably do some kind of a recognition for him. Eagles inactives for the day. Tanner McKee is going to be the emergency third-string quarterback. Eli Ricks at corner is inactive. Tristan McCullum, one of the safeties. Offensive lineman Nick Gates. Darian Kinnard, guard and tackle. And then guard Trevor Keegan. All those guys are inactive for the Philadelphia Eagles. Taking a quick check over at the Washington Commanders and their inactives. And this is a little bit of a surprise for the. This one is a little bit of a surprise. Austin Siebert, the kicker, is inactive for this game. So that is definitely a little bit of a surprise. We'll see what the Commanders decide to do with that on special teams, being down a player. Jeff Driscoll is the emergency third quarterback. Marshawn Lattimore is inactive. Chris Rodriguez Jr. is the running back, is inactive. Dominique Hampton, linebacker, inactive. Nick Ballore, linebacker, is inactive. And then Chris Paul, who's a guard, he is also inactive. So the two big names to note on the inactives, Austin Siebert, again, the kicker, and then Marshawn Lattimore are the inactives. The referee crew for this evening, we are just about 4 minutes away till kickoff. Referee is Adrian Hill. Umpire is Roy Ellison. Down judge is David Oliver. Line judge is Greg Bradley. Field judge is Treywick Bozier. Side judge is Clay Raynard. Back judge is Greg Steed. The replay official is Kevin Stein. The replay assistant is Des Abrams. So those are your officials for the game. Definitely let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about this game, what you're excited about. Love to talk with you over the course of this game. Definitely, if you're new here, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And again, we are just about 3 minutes away from kickoff, so big moment for one of the biggest games of this Eagles season. I, again, don't think that we really knew how important this game was going to be at the time that the schedule was released. Certainly, we didn't know how important this game was going to be at the beginning of the season. But this game is an important game, and the Eagles really need to come away with the victory here to make sure that their season continues on the right path. Again, the big key to this game here is going to be run the football. Continuing to build upon the run situation for the Philadelphia Eagles. If we take a look at the stats, the Washington Commanders are 28th in the league in rushing yards per game, 142.7 on average. They are ahead of the Carolina Panthers, Dallas Cowboys, Indianapolis Colts, New York Giants, and Washington Commanders. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia Eagles are 5th in the league in run defense, rushing yards per game, specifically 100.7. So, and then when you flip that around on offense, the Philadelphia Eagles are actually number 2 in the league in rushing yards per game, 176.1 rushing yards per game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Compare that to the Washington Commanders. They are at number 4, 153.5 rushing yards per game. So one of the top rushing offenses is going up against one of the top rushing defenses. And then you compare that with, on the other side of the football, one of the top rushing offenses, and the Philadelphia Eagles offense is going up against one of the bottom rushing defenses. So I would expect this to be a battle of the run games. It is a little bit brisk this evening in the Philadelphia area. Right now I have 42 degrees, and the Commanders won the toss and deferred, so the Eagles will get the ball to start, and the kick is away, and this game is underway, and it's going to get fielded in the end zone for a touchback. So the Philadelphia Eagles will get things going at their own 30-yard line, and out comes Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has a 70% completion rating so far this season with 10 touchdown runs. He's the only QB with 10 or more touchdown runs in 4 different seasons. We learned that last week. So here we go. Hurts is getting everybody lined up. Again, it's at the 30. Hurts is in the gun, back to his right. Hurts takes a snap, does a quick throw behind the line of scrimmage to Jahan Dotson, who's going to turn upfield and gets about 8 yards on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Philadelphia Eagles. So a little bit of getting going here. Again, if you're new, please feel free to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel out. And then drop some thoughts in the chat as we're watching this game here. Eagles are moving from south to north at Lincoln Financial Field. Hurts is in the gun, back to his right. That would be Saquon Barkley. A.J. Brown goes in motion to the near side. Hurts takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. He's going to roll, and he's going to throw it away. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Eagles. Clock has stopped at 14:16 left in the first quarter. So here we go. We have Jalen Hurts lining up in the gun. We have Saquon Barkley lined up to his left. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up the first down, gets about 3 yards on that run, and the Eagles are moving. No 3-and-outs to start this game. Landon Dickerson's on the ground. That's not great. He's on his hands and knees. Not looking good here. So we have an injury timeout with 13:59 left in the first quarter here. And Dickerson's a little ginger on his right foot. But he is walking off on his own power. Looks like his right leg got a little twisted there. They'll check him out over on the sideline. He's walking off slowly, but he's not limping. So all right, they'll check him out. Yeah, he's all right, so we got 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts lines up under center, back in the backfield. Devontae Smith goes in motion to the far side. Hurts takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley gonna power forward, gets up to about the 44-yard line before he is brought down. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Eagles from their own 45-yard line. They will credit him up to the 45-yard line, so it's going to be a 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6. 13:22, 13:21, 13:20 left in this first quarter here. So we have Hurts lining up in the gun. We have Saquon Barkley to his left. We have A.J. Brown wide out to the near side. Jahan Dotson going in motion. Hurts takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Barkley. Back, looking, has some time, running out of time. Throws to his left, looking for Jahan Dotson, incomplete, just goes out of bounds. Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. Clock is stopped at 12:58. So another 3rd down moment here. It is 3rd and long. We've got Jalen Hurts lining up in the gun. We got Saquon Barkley to his left. John Dotson wide out to the near side. A.J. Brown wide out to the far side. Now A.J. Brown goes in motion. Hurts takes the snap. Back, looking, throwing, caught. A.J. Brown gets the first down into Commanders territory down around the 49-yard line of the Washington Commanders. So the Eagles get the ball into Commanders territory. They're actually going to credit him up to the 48, so it's a 7-yard pickup. He was brought down by Noah Igbenogany. So Hurts takes a snap, does a quick throw, gets it to A.J. Brown, gets down inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. A big pickup for A.J. Brown and the Philadelphia Eagles. Gets down to, they're going to get him credited to the 23, actually, is where they're going to say he was marked down. So that is going to be a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. A quick 1st and 10, too, for that matter. So we got Hurts in the gun, Barkley to his left. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to get dropped in the backfield. Barkley gets dropped in the backfield. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 sticks. 2nd down, 2 sticks for the Eagles. It's 2nd and 12 specifically. Barkley was brought down at the 25. Brought down by Holmes. Gets the credit for the tackle. That's Jalen Holmes for the Commanders. About 11 and a half left to play in the first quarter. Hurts in the gun. Barkley to his right. A.J. Brown wide out to the far side. Anaya Smith going in motion. Hurts takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. Pressure's coming. Hurts is going to throw it to Anaya Smith, who's going to lose a couple more there. That was not great. We do have a flag down. So we're going to check on this flag here. And it's going to be holding on Mekhi Becton. So, again, referee for today is Adrian Hill. But yeah, holding on Mekhi Becton is not great. The only positive about that is that it gives the Eagles a 2nd down back. So, that whole play was a complete wash. The Eagles were that close to being in 3rd and 22. So Landon Dickerson working out on the sideline there, doing some squats. Hurts in the gun, back to his right. Hurts takes a snap, back, looking, throwing down the sideline, incomplete. Nothing there. 3rd and 22. Clock is stopped at 10:42 left in this first quarter. As we talked about a little bit during the minutes leading up to the pregame, the Philadelphia Eagles have a substantially better run offense than the Commanders have run defense. So you would think that the Eagles would be running a little bit more here. We got Hurts lining up in the gun. We have a back to his right. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Kenny Gainwell. Gainwell gonna punch up, gets inside the 30 down to about the 25-yard line. So he gets a good chunk of the penalty yards back, but it's going to bring up 4th down, and we'll probably see the field goal unit come on here. Yep, Jake Elliott is coming on. Nick Sirianni's learning his lesson, taking the points. Jake Elliott on to kick a 44-yard field goal attempt. Elliott, snap, hold, kick is up, and it is going to be wide left. It's going to be wide left. And the Commanders will take over with 9:55. The Eagles get down pretty close or deep into Commanders territory, but get nothing out of it, especially after Jake Elliott shanks a field goal. So the Commanders will take over at their own 34-yard line. With a timeout on the field, no score. All right, so the Eagles were moving the ball pretty well in the in that first drive. They were getting the ball downfield. They were doing a pretty good job. But Jalen Hurts passed the ball 6 times. And some of that was good, but, I mean, the Commanders were pretty solid in terms of getting back into the backfield there and getting pressure on Jalen Hurts. So that's not great. And we'll take a look here at where the Commanders stand in terms of their pass defense. But going into this game, the Commanders' pass defense was 5th in the league. So, like at a certain point, if the Commanders have a substantially worse run defense, the Commanders are 28th in the league in run defense, and they're 5th in the league in pass defense. So, I know the first plays are oftentimes scripted, and it doesn't really matter what the defense is showing you, but you got to be able to, you got to account for the fact that the Commanders are a much worse run defense than pass defense. That drive went 11 plays for 44 yards, took 5 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock, but the Eagles had nothing to show for it. So it was a long, sustained drive, but these kinds of drives for the Eagles need to result in points. So we'll get our first look at the Eagles' defense against the Commanders' offense once we get back from this commercial break here. All right, we are coming back from the commercial. We have Jaden Daniels lining up in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes a snap, does a quick throw. That is going to be caught right around the 37, gets up to the 38-yard line. So that is going to bring up second down. They're actually going to credit him up to the 39, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Commanders. So we have Reed now in the gun, backs to either side. Reed takes the snap. Daniels takes a snap, hands it off, and is going to go nowhere. Gets up to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That was Robinson on that run there. Brian Robinson Jr. And they'll credit him for a yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. Nakobe Dean on the stop there. 3rd and 4. So we have Jaden Daniels in the gun. We have a back to his right. Daniels takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. Pressure's coming. He's going to throw, and it's nearly picked off. Nearly picked off by Zach Bond. It is incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 4, so that will send the Commanders' punting unit onto the field. So the Eagles are able to rebound following the drive that ended in no points. Yeah, Zach Bond, who again has been incredible, actually was named the Defensive Player of the Week this past week. Really good. Tressway on to punt this away. Cooper DeJean back to return. Britton Covey still on injured reserve. Commanders do punt it away. And that's going to be fair caught at the 9. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles in the shadow of their own end zone. Graphic error, guys. I'm sorry. right, so that was a 3-play, 6-yard drive. Took a minute and 15 seconds off the clock. We have 8:40 left in the first quarter here. Eagles taking over. They've got 91 yards to go. Again, really good showing by the defense to shut that whole operation down, whatever the Commanders were putting forward there. Again, Eagles need to be running the ball because the Commanders are much, much worse run team than they are pass team in terms of defense. It is night and day when you look at them. So I do expect the Eagles to continue to run the ball, or to continue their streak of running the ball like they have done over the course of the past several weeks. So here we go. We've got Jalen Hurts in the gun. It's a pistol formation. Saquon Barkley is behind them. A.J. Brown goes in motion to the far side. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to run to the near side and is going to pick up a nice 8 yards there. Again, yeah, we want to be running the football, guys. This is super easy. Run the football. And the clock is ticking. Saquon Barkley has crossed the 1,000 rushing, or the 1,000-yard mark this season. It is 2nd and 2 for the Eagles, coming up on the 8-minute mark left in the first quarter. Hurts is going to line up under center. We've got Saquon Barkley in the backfield. A.J. Brown going in motion to the near side. Hurts takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to bounce off of a lineman and then reaches for the first down. They're actually going to mark him just about a couple inches short. It's about half a yard. So the Eagles are just going to brotherly shove this for the first down here. And Jalen Hurts takes a snap, and that is supremely... Yeah, they're coming in. He made it. Yeah, the Commanders are saying, no, he didn't. But where the officials are coming in, he made it. 1st and 10 from the 20. Yeah, that was not even close. So we're coming up on the 7-minute mark left in the first quarter here. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Ball is on their own 20-yard line. Hurts under center. Barkley in the backfield. Devontae Smith goes in motion. Hurts takes the snap. Fakes to Barkley. Back, looking, throws. Caught by Goddard and gets slammed immediately. That's going to be a pick of about 2 yards for Dallas Goedert. It gets them up to the 22. Clock is still running, but again, the Commanders are much better pass defense than they are run defense. So we're lining back up. Hurts is in the gun. Barkley to his right. Hurts takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing quick for A.J. Brown and overthrows A.J. Brown. Incomplete. Benjamin St-Juste. Benjamin St-Juste, was there on the coverage. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 8. And again, run the football. So we got Hurts in the gun, Barkley to his right. Devontae Smith goes in motion to the near side. Hurts takes a snap, back looking. He's going to try to take it himself and barely gets back up to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 4th and 10 from the 20. And that is going to send the punt unit on. Again, I don't know what the deal is with these pass play calls that are happening. Run the football. We're seeing Saquon pick up 8 yards a carry. Kenny Gainwell got 10 yards. Saquon Barkley right now, Saquon 5 carries for 14 yards, so 2.8 on average, but like we're seeing Saquon pick up 8 yards at times. And like we saw Kenny Gainwell pick up 9 yards. Commanders punt this away. This is going to take a Commanders bounce and bounces up to the 42. It's not a great punt by Braden Mann. And 5:25 left in this first quarter here. The Commanders will take over from their own 42 with great field position. I don't know how the graphics switched there, guys. I'm sorry. I thought we were all ready to go here. A couple of glitches. All right, 5:25 left. We're in a commercial break right now. Again, where is this run game? So we're coming back from the commercial break here. So we've got Jaden Daniels in the gun. He's got a couple of backs. Daniels takes a snap, fakes a handoff. He's back. He's looking. Pressure's coming. He's going to throw. That's going to be caught. That's going to get into Eagles territory. It's going to get a whole bunch of yards. Gets super down into the Eagles territory. Gets down to the Eagles 25-yard line, which is insane. That would be Austin Eckler on the run, or on the catch, and the obnoxious pickup there. It's a 34-yard pickup. He was finally brought down by Zach Bond and Reed Blankenship, but like Zach Bond is like hanging on to him and really struggling. And I mean, Eckler's breaking those tackle attempts there. I mean, good on Zach Bond to try to fight it. All right, so we've got Daniels in the gun, couple of backs. Daniels takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to run down, gets inside the 20, down to about the 18, 17-yard line. They're actually going to only credit him up to the 19-yard line. So that's going to be a 5-yard pickup. He's brought down by Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. So it's going to bring up second down. So we got Daniels in the gun, split backs. Daniels takes a snap, hands it off. That is going to be a first down and a whole lot more. Gets down to about the 1-yard line, so just short of a touchdown. And that is Brian Robinson. So that's an 18-yard run, finally brought down by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Now the Commanders are a yard away from the first points of this game. Daniels takes a snap, split backs, hands it off, and they're going to push their way in for the touchdown. So it is a touchdown for the Commanders. We got 3:26 left in this first quarter here. And I mean, I knew this game was going to be close, but like they moved really quickly down the field. Eagles defense is going to need to tighten it up. They can't let too many more of those drives happen. On to kick the extra point is Zane Gonzalez, brought up from the practice squad. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. With 3:26 left to play in the first quarter, the Commanders take a lead by a touchdown. It is 7-0 in their favor. Yeah, so not thrilled by that drive. Not thrilled really by this first quarter at all. We're starting to see a lot of the nonsense that the Eagles were trying to do at the beginning of the season. And this is too important of a game to be doing that in. So, yeah, I don't like how this game is opening up here. The Eagles' first drive was great. Let's not get me wrong on that. Eagles' first drive was great. Again, though, could have benefited from a little bit more running the football. Because, again, the Commanders' defense is poor at run defense. Commanders are on to kick this away. So the Eagles will take over. We'll see where they decide to kick over. We'll see what they decide to do with this here. And it will be kicked and fielded at the 3. Will Shipley is going to bring that out to the 20, out to the 25, to the 30, out to the 35. Some great field position for the Eagles, starting at the 37. So we'll see what the Eagles decide to do to capitalize on that. It's a third. They're only crediting them up to the 36, so it's a 33-yard kick return for Will Shipley, who was pushed out of bounds by Jeremy Chin. So we have 3:20 left in the first quarter here. Ball is on the Eagles' 36-yard line. Landon Dickerson is back in this game. So we got Jalen Hurts in the gun. We got Saquon Barkley to his left. A.J. Brown's going in motion to the far side. Hurts takes a snap, Fakes the handoff to Barkley. He's back. He's rolling to his right. He can throw it. He is throwing it. It was almost caught by Devontae Smith, but off his hands, incomplete, second down. That is one of those passes, Devontae, that you are getting paid millions of dollars to catch. You got to be able to catch that football. He also had Saquon Barkley open a little bit closer. It would have at least resulted in positive yards. And by open, I mean wide open. So we have Hurts now in under center. Saquon Barkley deep in the backfield. Dallas Goedert goes in motion. Got a little bit of a bunch formation to the near side. Hurts takes a snap, quick pitch to Barkley. Barkley's going to roll to the near side. Gets up to the 40, up to the 42-yard line. That is a 6-yard pickup. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. We are inside of 3 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Jeremy Chin there was on the stop. So it's 3rd and 4. We got Hurts in the gun. Barkley to his left. A.J. Brown goes in motion. Lines up on the near side. Hurts takes a snap. Quick throw over to Jahan Dotson, and it is incomplete. And again, we have 3 plays in a row. It's a 3-and-out situation here. The Eagles are going to go punt this away. Now, that one, I will say, was in Dotson's hands. But, again, why are we not running the football? 3rd and 4, I'm running there. Braden Mann's on to punt this. And he gives it the boot. And this is a much better punt that's going to get fielded inside the 10. It's going to get brought out to the 15 and gets hit there before getting bounced out at the 17. We do have a flag down. So we're going to check on this flag. Saying personal foul something or whatever. So it is an illegal use of hands to the face, actually. So that will march the Commanders back a good chunk there. No, illegal block above the waist, my apologies, was the official call. And they got Noah Igbenogany on that. So that's going to march them back to the 5-yard line. So the Commanders will be playing from the shadow of their own end zone here to get this drive started. That was Olamide Zaccheaus, former Eagle, on the punt return. It's a 10-yard pickup nullified by the penalty. And here we go. 2:15 left in the first quarter here. Daniels lines up in the gun, 2 backs. Daniels takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's going to roll out. It's going to get caught, but it's going to be short of the 5-yard line, so they're going to lose yards there. They're going to lose 2. It's 2nd and 12. They get up to the 4, actually. So they will credit them to the 4. It's a loss of 2. Darius Slay there was on the stop. Austin Eckler had the reception. So 2nd and 12. Daniels in the gun. Starts with split back, sends one in motion. Daniels takes a snap, hands it off to Eckler. Eckler is going to get positive yards, gets up to the 10, and that's really it. So it is going to be 3rd and 6, so it is a 3rd and long situation. Approaching the 1-minute mark left in the first quarter here. Can the Eagles get a 3rd down stop? Daniels in the gun, back to his left. Daniels letting the play clock run a little bit, then takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. Pressure's coming. Daniels going to evade the pressure. Going to take it himself. Then he's going to get about 2 before he's brought down by Nakobe Dean. So that is going to bring up a 4th and 4 situation, and that'll send on the Commanders' punt unit. So a big 3 and out here keeps the Commanders from doing anything offensively there. And that will force the punter, Tress Way, to punt from the shadow of his own goalposts. Cooper DeJean back to return. Way gives it the boot. And that's going to get fielded at the 45. Gets up to the 50, down to about the 48-yard line before DeJean is brought down. So the Eagles will start in Commanders territory. We have 3 seconds left in the first quarter here. So we will have 1 play left before the second quarter begins. That was a 44-yard punt with an 8-yard return. So take that for what you will. And again, can the Eagles just put together a drive where they run the football? Because the Eagles have done that fairly well here. Saquon Barkley, 6 carries for 20 yards so far this game. Hurts is lining up in the gun. We have a pistol formation. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to follow a guy and then gets up to about the 41-yard line before he's brought down. That is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. It is 2nd and 3 for the Eagles when we come back. But we are 15 minutes of play through the game here. And the Eagles are behind by a touchdown. So again, the question marks of the first quarter are, again, why are we not running the ball more? Saquon has 27 carries on 27 yards on 7 carries. So he's averaging about just a hair shy of 4 yards per carry right now. And then you have Kenny Gainwell, who has 9 yards on a carry, and then Jalen Hurts has 2 yards on his on the brotherly shove. Meanwhile, if you look at the passing game, Jalen Hurts is 4 for 10 with 42 yards and a passer rating of 52.9. Like, at a certain point here, the run game is a little bit more effective here. And again, yeah, that was a really good the defense is what's keeping this Eagles team in it right now. Because, I mean, forcing the Commanders to punt from the shadow of their own goalposts after a really, really great tackle by Nakobe Dean. Like, that was a beautiful tackle. That was it's a tough tackle to make in open space, but Nakobe Dean did a bang up job with it. Pun absolutely intended, by the way. So. All right. So we are back from the commercial. We got Jalen Hurts lining up in pistol. Saquon Barkley behind him. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up 2 there. Gets to a 3rd and 1 situation. So we could see a brotherly shove here. We could not. We'll see what we see here. Gets up to the 39-yard line. And he was brought down by Frankie Louvu. It's a long one, so probably not. Hurts takes a snap. They line up in brotherly shove formation. Takes a snap, dumps it off to Barkley, though, quickly. And Barkley is going to pick up about 3 there. So this was the fake that they ran a couple weeks ago that didn't really work at all. But they did it this time, and it did pick up what they needed. So huge pickup there for the Eagles. So 1st and 10, and that does keep this clock moving. Eagles have had the ball for 10.5 minutes of this game. Just no points to show for it at this point. Hurts lines up, pistol formation. We've got A.J. Brown wide out to the near side. The Eagles are now moving north to south. Hurts takes a snap, does a little bit of a thing or whatever, and that was doomed from the start as Jalen Hurts gets sacked deep in Eagles territory. Deep in the Eagles' backfield, gets knocked into Eagles' territory. It's 13.5 minutes left in this first half here. It is 2nd down, but it's going to be 2nd and 23, and they will credit forward progress stopped at the 49, but there was a free guy coming in there, and that play had no chance from the second it started. It was a little bit of a wildcat kind of operation, All right, so we have Hurts now in the gun. Hurts takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's going to throw to Kenny Gainwell. Gainwell's going to pick up a chunk back, but not nearly as much as what was lost. Gets back up to about the 43-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 17. There were 2 reverses in that one play, and that caused Jalen Hurts to get trucked. So Hurts is going to line up in the gun. We have an empty backfield. They got to get up to the 26. Hurts takes a snap, does a quick throw across the middle up to Dallas Goedert, who's going to stumble right around the 33, and that's where they're going to mark him down. So it's going to be 4th and 7 now from the Commanders' 33-yard line. Eagles will be Eagles offense is coming off the field, so we will see the field goal unit. 4th and 7. Eagles squandered beautiful field position. Jake Elliott is on to attempt this. He's already missed 1 today. Snap, hold, kick is up. And it's wide left again. What is up with Jake Elliott? He's missed 2 field goals. He's normally a sure thing. He's in range halfway on the flight over typically. I mean, that had the distance, but good God. It's going to give the Commanders 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Seriously, guys. And that puts extra pressure on the defense because now they have to cover for this. It's a 51-yard attempt. It was wide left. Now, the first one being wide left, like I can kind of understand a little bit because that one he lined up on the left hash. So he missed that one, but it was narrowly to the left. This one, he lined up on the right hash. So he had to cross the field goal posts. Like, again, I don't know what's going on with this team. All right. So we have Jaden Daniels in the gun, split back, sends one in motion, takes a snap, back, looking. Pressure's finally coming, and Jaden Daniels is going to get sacked. He's going to lose about 4 on that. And that sack goes to Brandon Graham. Okay, so Jaden Daniels lines up in the gun, 2nd and 14, empty backfield. Daniels takes a snap. Pressure's coming again. Daniels is going to get sacked again. 2 sacks in a row. This time it goes to Josh Sweat. Two sacks right in a row, and the Commanders are in a 3rd and 22 situation from their own 29. So the Commanders have to get a solid chunk of yards coming up here. They got to get into Eagles territory. So we got Daniels in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes a snap, hands it off. Is going to get a little bit back there, but it's going to get nowhere. There is a flag down. And they're going to get Brandon Coleman for offensive holding. Eagles will obviously decline that, so that's going to bring up 4th and 16, and that will send the punting unit on the field. So once again, big plays by the defense here. 2 big plays in a row, followed by doing what they need to do on 3rd down, and that sets up a that sets up another 3 and out. And Tressway is on to punt this. Cooper DeJean back to return. And DeJean is going to let that bounce out of bounds at the 25. So that is where the Eagles will pick up 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Still 7-0 here. So again, Eagles defense came to play today. Aside from that one drive that concerned me for the Commanders, that is currently the difference in this game with the points. Um, Otherwise, like, Eagles defense, really solid right now. So it's 1st and 10. Ball is on the Eagles' 26-yard line. That's where they're going to credit the start here. Hurts is in the gun. Takes a snap. Fakes to Barkley. He's going to keep it himself. Gets up to about the 32-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 4. So it's a QB run there. So we got 9.5 minutes left to play in this first half. Can the Eagles find the end zone? It's going to bring up 2nd and 4 from the 32. Hurts is in the gun, pistol formation. A.J. Brown wide out to the near side. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up about a yard, maybe 2, depending on where they spot it. But it's going to be a little bit, not really a whole lot of gain there. They're going to say it's 3rd and 4 from the Eagles' 32. So, not much. Nothing noticeable, at least. We're approaching the 8.5 minute mark left in the first half. Hurts in the gun, Barkley to his right. Hurts takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's still looking. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to throw it away. Guys, we got to put some kind of a drive together. A long, sustained drive. Like a long, sustained drive. The Eagles' longest drive right now is their first drive of this game. It was 11 plays for 54 yards. But the Eagles came out away with nothing to show for it. Now they've got 6 plays, 3 plays, 7 plays, and 3 plays. As Braden Mann's on to punt this away. And that's a big booming punt that's going to get fielded right about the 25 and is going to pick up a couple there as Olamide Zaccheaus on that return. So 8:13 left to play in the first half. The Commanders will take over from their own 27-yard line. It was a 3-yard pickup brought down by Sidney Brown. And that's where things stand. So again, the Eagles have not had a drive go more than 7 plays since their opening drive. Um, 13 of the Eagles' plays so far have been pass plays. 13 of them have been run plays. We got Jaden Daniels in the gun back to his left. Jaden Daniels takes a snap, does a quick throw behind the line of scrimmage, and that play is going to, well, I mean, real credit to Diami Brown, or Diami Brown for extending that, but that is going to result in just a couple of yards pickup there. Gets about 4, actually. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 from the Commanders' 31-yard line. So we have Daniels in the gun. We have Robinson to his right. Man in motion. Daniels takes a snap, hands it off to Robinson. Robinson going to pick up a good chunk there. Does get the first down, so gets about 7 there on that run. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Commanders' 38. Robinson was brought down by Reed Blankenship. Yeah, so the Eagles have run the ball and passed the ball 13 times so far against this Commanders defense that is noticeably better at one than the other. Daniels takes a snap, back looking, throws caught by Robinson, and it's going to be about a yard shy of the first down marker. So it's going to bring up 2nd down. We just crossed the 7-minute mark left in the half. Brought down by Cooper DeJean. Jason Kelsey is in the house tonight. Daniels in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes the snap, hands it off, and that's going to be a first down. Going to be a first down, gets about 3 there on that, and gets up to midfield. We do have a flag down, so we'll check this flag here. Clock stopped at 6:26 left in the half. And it is offensive holding. So that will march them back 10 yards. They will replay 2nd down. Yeah, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. They got Diami Brown again. Or they got Diami Brown there on that hold, so 2nd and 10 for the Commanders. Daniels is in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes a snap, back, looking, throws, caught behind the line of scrimmage is Austin Eckler. Eckler is going to pick up a couple of there. Gets up to the 43-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup brought down by Nolan Smith. It's 3rd and 5 for the Commanders. Big 3rd down stop needed right here. Seeing a lot of these big 3rd down stops being needed here. 3rd and 5. Ball's on the 43-yard line. Daniels in the gun. Back to his right. Daniels takes a snap. Back. Looking. Throws across the middle. Caught. First down. Gets into Eagles territory. Goes Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz has a 10-yard pickup there. It took Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean to bring him down. But it is 1st and 10 from the Eagles 47 now. So Commanders pick up the yards they need and then some. And we are hitting the 5-minute mark in just a couple of seconds here. Daniels under center. Man goes in motion to the near side. Daniels takes a snap, fakes the handoff back, looking. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to get to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard more. They will credit him for 1 yard, brought down by Zach Bond. It's going to be 2nd and 9. So we got Daniels in the gun. We got a back to his right. Daniels calls for the football, fakes a handoff. He's back. He's looking. He's got time. He throws across the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Noah Brown, and it fell at his feet. That's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Commanders from the Eagles' 46-yard line. Yeah, that was well underthrown at his feet. 3rd and 9. Daniels in the gun. We have an empty backfield. Daniels takes a snap. Pressure coming. Daniels throws. Caught incomplete. He almost had Austin Eckler. It was in and out of his hands, and that brings up 4th down. And it's looking like the Commanders are going to punt here. That might have also been tipped at the line. Yeah, that was in and out of his hands. He's going to want that one back. So Eagles offense gets ready to go. Let's see if they can do anything here. Tressway is on to punt this away. He's going to be punting from the Commanders' 40. And he gives it the boot. Cooper DeJean fair catches at the 10. So we got 4:11 left to play in this first half. Eagles still trying to get anything going in this game. It is 7-0 in favor of the Commanders. So again, Eagles defense is doing its job right now. The Eagles defense, I mean, Jaden Daniels, 7 for 10 right now, 65 yards. Brian Robinson, 5 carries for 33 yards. Jaden Daniels is also 3 for 8 in the run game. Austin Eckler, 2 for 7 in the run game. But yeah, at a certain point, like the Eagles and Commanders are relatively evenly matched. It's 101 to 92 in terms of net offensive yards. So the problem is the 2 missed field goals that Jake Elliott kicked, but also the fact that like the Eagles have had opportunities and they haven't been doing anything. This will be the Eagles' 6th possession of the game, and the Eagles need to be able to put together some kind of a sustained offensive drive that ends in points. The fact that the Eagles are putting together, I mean, the Eagles have put together a couple of drives that are longer. The Eagles have only had 2 3-and-outs so far this game. They've had, they had a 6-play drive and a 7-play drive. But their longest drive was their first drive of the game where they went 11 plays, 54 yards, and ended in a missed field goal. And they had opportunities, and a lot of that, again, is coming down to some of the play calling selections. The Eagles have called a run play 13 times, and they've called a pass play 13 times. These are not, like, the Washington Commanders are noticeably better at the pass defense than they are at the run defense. And you can look at that in the stats going into this game. So the fact that the Eagles right now are even remotely 50-50 when it comes to play design and play call, that makes no sense to me. We're 4:11 left in the first half. Jalen Hurts lines up in the gun. We have Saquon Barkley lining up to his left. Hurts takes the snap, back looking, throws, caught. Saquon Barkley gets up to the first down marker. So that is a first down for the Eagles. They're actually going to mark him down a yard shy. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 at the 19. So it's a 9-yard pickup. But again, here is a good opportunity to call a run play. Hurts is in the gun, Barkley to his right. Hurts is going to make a couple of switches here at the line. We've got A.J. Brown lining up in the slot to the near side. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley picks up the first down, gets up to the 25, up to the 26-yard line. We're at about 3.5 left to play in this first half. Saquon Barkley, that was a 7-yard pickup, brought down by Benjamin St. Juice. And it's 1st and 10. Hurts is in the gun. Barkley to his right. Devontae Smith wide out to the near side. Hurts takes the snap, fakes the handoff, back looking, throws, caught A.J. Brown. That's going to be just shy of the first down marker, but it's right there. Now they're going to give it to him. 1st and 10 for A.J. Brown and the Eagles at the Eagles' 36-yard line. So it's a 10-yard pickup there on that passing play. And there was a little bit of a quarterback hit there by Luvu. So, all right, so we've got Hurts in the gun, Barkley to his right. Hurts takes the snap, back, looking, throwing, caught Devontae Smith out of bounds, but it's a 3-yard pickup. Maybe more like 2.5, but they'll credit them for 3. So it's going to be 2nd and 7 from the Eagles' 39-yard line. So we've got Hurts now lining up under center. Now he's going to back up into the gun. Barkley to his right. A.J. Brown is wide out to the near side. 2:15 left in the first half. Hurts takes the snap. Hands it off to Barkley. Barkley going to pick up the first down. Gets almost to Commander's territory, up to about the 49-yard line. The 48-yard line is where they're going to credit him to, but that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Eagles are driving right now. It's a 5-play, 38-yard drive so far. It's taken 2:11 off the clock, but it is the 2-minute warning right now, and the Eagles are behind by a touchdown. Again, it'd be really, really good for the Eagles to go into halftime at least tied. Definitely let me know what your thoughts are. Love to hear from you, and if you're new here, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. So we're just hanging out right now. Again, appreciate y'all stopping by. Again, I don't know what this run game is. The Eagles are just now starting to find it, which I guess is a good thing. Better late than never. Saquon Barkley's up to 12 carries for 49 yards, so his average is creeping up a little bit there. 4.1 average. His longest run so far has been a 9-yard run. And Jalen Hurts is back up to above 50% completion rating in the passing game. Although he still only has 80 yards to show for it. Hurts' passer rating right now is 69.8, so not great. Especially when you compare it to Jaden Daniels, who's got an 87.5 passer rating. All right, so here we go. Jalen Hurts is in the gun, back to his right. Hurts takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up maybe 2. Actually, I think he might get a little more than that. Nah, he's going to get 4. That's my bad. Picks up 4. Saquon Barkley picks up 4. Does get into Commanders territory, gets up to the Commanders 48. Hurts in the gun, back to his left. Hurts takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing across the middle to Devontae Smith. Gets down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line goes Devontae Smith. That's a big first down for the Eagles. Gets them inside the 30. It's 1st and 10 for the Eagles. 67 seconds left. Hurts in the gun, back to his right. Hurts takes the snap. Back, fakes a handoff. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to run. He's going to slide around the 25-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 26. We do have a stoppage. We have a flag on the play. So they're going to get Mike Sanristil for illegal contact on A.J. Brown. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and it does give the Eagles a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the 20. 58 seconds left in this first half here. Eagles do have all 3 timeouts should they want to use any of them. Hurts is in the gun. We got Saquon to his left. Dotson goes in motion to the far side. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Saquon. Saquon is going to keep fighting, but only picks up a couple. Gets down to about the 18. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. And the Commanders will take a timeout. So the Commanders trying to preserve some clock here in the event that they get the ball back. They're going to put 2 seconds back on the clock, so it's going to be 53 seconds left in this game. Jake Elliott warming up in the event that he is called upon to get any kind of points here. Elliott has missed 2 field goals already tonight. Hey, Seistrom, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. What do you think about the game so far? We got Hurts lining up in the gun. I'm doing fine. I'd be better if the Eagles were winning right now. Hurts lines up in the gun. We got Saquon to his right. 53 seconds left. Hurts takes the snap. Back. Looking. Throwing. Deep for Devontae Smith. Incomplete. They don't... I think he was trying to draw PI, but does not get it. Sanristil was there on the coverage. It is going to be 3rd and 8. Yeah, it'd be a lot better if this Eagles team were at least tied right now with the Commanders, but they are not. Yeah, that's not PI. Sanristil had a good play on the ball there. Did a good tip there. No worries. Alright, so my screen just went black, so we got Hurts, I guess, calling for the football. He's going to take it and run. Yeah, and he's going to run up to the 9-yard line, so that's going to be 1st and goal now for the Eagles at the 9. Yeah, they're just showing the replay right now. Yeah, so he does pick up the first down, thankfully. So that is a 9-yard pickup for Jalen Hurts, 1st and goal. So we got 39 seconds left here. No worries, no worries. I appreciate you stopping by. Hurts in the gun, empty backfield, takes it himself. And he's going to fight, and he's going to get inside the 5 down to the 4. Yeah, no, I appreciate you hanging out here, Seistrom. I'm definitely a smaller YouTuber, so All right, the Eagles are going to take a timeout with 33 seconds left here in this first half. How have you been? I mean, I know the Cowboys are not doing so great right now, and I know we stomped them last week, but how are you doing? You got 2nd and 4 coming up once the timeout wraps up. This is a 12-play, 86-yard drive. It's taken 3 minutes and 38 seconds. And I do want to point out that a good chunk of these have been runs here. No worries. Yeah, that's great to hear. Glad you're having an awesome year outside of them. Hurts under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to pick up yard there, gets up to the 3. All right, the Texas A&M Aggies, right? Yeah, they're I don't watch a ton of college football, but I'm glad to hear they're doing well. I know at least one person who graduated from there, so now I know too. All right, so it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3, and the Eagles have actually taken a timeout. So 28 seconds left here in this first half. Jake Elliott is warming up for what if the Eagles don't get a touchdown here, it'll be a chip shot. But Jake Elliott has already missed 2 field goals. 44 and 51. The normally automatic Jake Elliott. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Systrom. All right, Hurts in the gun. Back to his right, takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to run, and he's going to have that ball fumbled in the end zone. It is recovered by Saquon Barkley. And Jalen Hurts is slow to get up here. No, they're going to rule that incomplete. Nah, it was an incomplete shovel pass. And a completely missed face mask. Once again. Completely missed. We had 2 receivers collide into each other. This was just a giant mess. Yeah. Jake Elliott's snap hold kick is up, and it is good. So the Eagles are on the board as they go into halftime. It is 7-3 in favor of the Commanders still. Best rivalry, yeah, Texas A&M versus University of Texas. Tickets for that game, insane. Prices start at $700. Yeah, I've been there. Ticket prices can be rough. Especially for rivalry games. Like, I'm sure a lot of the games later on this season, and especially the playoff games for the Eagles, like, they're going to be insane in terms of pricing. So, like, just earlier this week, I went to St. Joe's University up here, so we didn't have a football team, but we had a basketball team, and we had, it was the St. Joe's Hawks versus the Villanova Wildcats. That's sort of the big rivalry, and those ticket prices were, I mean, they were artificially held down as Jake Elliott kicks this, actually Braden Mann kicks this away, and it's going to go back out of the end zone for a touchback. They were artificially held down by the fact the game was scheduled for 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which stunk. But the game itself, like, I mean, ticket prices were still very high for that game. And hard to get, so. All right, so we got 19 seconds left in this first half here. Jaden Daniels is going to line up in the gun. We've got Austin Eckler to his left. Daniels takes the snap. Back looking, throws across the middle to Eckler. Picks up the first down, gets to about the 47-yard line. And the Commanders will take a timeout with 11 seconds left here. They're actually going to take the timeout at 12. So, Commanders down to their final timeout. They're showing back a couple of weeks ago to the Hail Mary that Jaden Daniels threw that got bounced into the waiting arms of number 85, Noah Brown. 12 seconds left in this first half here. Jaden Daniels in the gun, back to his left. Daniels takes a snap, throws, and it is incomplete. They were looking for Luke McCaffrey and could not find him. 9 seconds left in the half. The Commanders will get the ball to start the second half. But it is 2nd and 10. Now they have their kicker from the practice squad, Zane Gonzalez, warming up. The Eagles will take a timeout with 9 seconds left. So the Eagles are down to their final time. The Eagles are out of timeouts for the half, actually. They're going to think over what they're looking to do here for this play. Keep the Commanders out of field goal range. Yeah, Systrom, how hard are you rooting for the Meteor in this game? I know you say you're rooting for the Commanders, but how hard are you actually rooting for the Meteor? Second and 10 for the Eagles right now. Or for the Commanders right now. Ball's on the Commanders' 48. We got Daniels in the gun. We have an empty backfield. Daniels takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. Pressure's going to come. He's going to throw. That is caught for the first down at the 40-yard line. They are De'Ami Brown. Eagles are saying it's incomplete, and I think the replay official might take a look at that because I don't think he has control of that football, and it's definitely on the ground. Yeah, that's definitely on the ground. If I'm the replay official, I'm taking a look at that. Commanders have taken their final timeout, but this is under replay review. Yeah, this should get reversed. They're putting a second back on the clock here. Yep, and the play has been reversed. And the Commanders are going to get their timeout back. So it is an incomplete pass now. Yeah, he was a little dinged up on that last play. Hopefully he's okay. 5 seconds left. We got Jaden Daniels in the gun back to his right. Daniels going to hand it off, and that's going to go nowhere, and that will end the half. So it is halftime, and the Eagles are behind by 4, 7-3. Yeah, Jalen Hurts was dinged up on the third down play, third and whatever, close to the goal line. So, yeah, I don't like any player getting injured, just generally. Like I said this in the stream last week, Systrom. I don't want. And Hurts is running, at least, so Hurts is running into the locker room on his own, which hopefully should be a good sign. But yeah, I said this during the stream last week when a couple of Cowboys players got injured. I don't wish injury on anybody. Um, I know the Eagles have as a part of their history, in particular the history with this Commanders team, the body bag game. Um, but yeah, we don't wish injury on anybody. Like these guys are putting their bodies out there. They're going at it, and I mean that's how they make a living. So we always want to make sure people are able to get a living. We'll take a look at some of these stats here. All right, yeah. So this game is, to put it nicely, this game is a real defensive battle. Um, the Eagles have better stats in some areas than the score would suggest. Um, and the Eagles, honestly, they should have 6 more points than they actually do. The Eagles should be in the lead right now, but they are not, unfortunately, because of the 2 missed field goals that Jake Elliott again missed. So yeah, I 100% agree with you, Seistrom. Yeah, like the Eagles and the Commanders have always played tough, and especially over the last few years. Like I mentioned before kickoff here on the stream here that the Commanders ended the Eagles' unbeaten streak in the season that they went to the Super Bowl in 2022. And I forget if they did similarly in 2017. Let me take a look at that. No, they didn't. Eagles were already beaten by that point. Eagles were, yeah. Anyhow, but yeah, the year the Eagles went to the Super Bowl in 2022 for Super Bowl 57. Um, the Commanders were the team that ended the Eagles' unbeaten streak. So that was a rough game, and it's something about this Commanders team that really causes the Eagles maybe to fall into a little bit of a trap game. But this Commanders team has always played the Eagles really challengingly, especially in these last couple of years. Yeah, so I mean, again, a lot of the stats here, I mean, are indicative of a much closer game, and honestly, a Eagles team that's playing better than than the score would suggest. Just generally speaking, Eagles have 11 total first downs. The Commanders only have 6 earned first downs. And then you look at like stats like third down, where the Eagles are better on third downs, just generally 5 for 11 compared to the Commanders 1 for 6. Like that should be a really telling statistic there for you that the Eagles are keeping drives alive. Net offensive yards, the Eagles are about 50 yards better than the Commanders in terms of net offensive yards. Rushing yards, the Eagles are significantly better in terms of rushing yards. Passing yards, Eagles are a little bit better, not as big. But you look at you look at stuff like this, and like this is what's bothering me here is the play differential between the run and the pass. Because you look at the player stats, and you look at guys like you look at where Saquon Barkley is. Saquon Barkley has 15 carries for 56 yards. He's right on target there with his average of about 4. And then you have Jalen Hurts, who's run 5 times for 23 yards. Kenny Gainwell's gotten in the mix there. But you have Jalen Hurts 10 for 19. And he's got a 52% completion rating. And I keep bringing this up over the course of this first half, where the Philadelphia Eagles are going up against the Commanders team where the defense has a huge dichotomy. The Eagles offense and the Commanders offense both are very good offenses. And the Eagles' defenses are very good defenses on both sides of the ball, or run and pass. The Commanders' defense, the Commanders are a top 5 pass defense going into this game. Fewest passing yard, top 5 fewest passing yards allowed so far in this season going into this game. They are bottom 5 in run yards allowed going into this game. So why is it why are the Eagles not running the ball down their throats? Like, that becomes the question here. Why are the Eagles not running the ball more than they actually are? So that's what's bothering me about this, is the Eagles are reverting away from what has given them success in the last few weeks and what should give them success against this Commanders team. Even ignoring the Jake Elliott missed field goals. Like, the Eagles should be running the ball a lot more. But there were stupid things that occurred. A stupid little trick play that was doomed from the jump that caused the Eagles to lose 12 yards. There have been just some weird things that have occurred where, like, just some bad decisions. Jalen Hurts has been sacked 2 times already for 15 yards. Yep, Systrom. Yeah, your Cowboys your Cowboys run game stunk. Absolutely. Yeah, I pull this up here. I have our I can pull the rankings up here. Yeah. Rushing defense, yards per game. Dallas, you're number 31, by the way. You're just ahead of the Carolina Panthers entering this week. But yeah, you look at the Commanders are 28th in the league in rushing yards per game. 142.7 is not great. And then you compare that to the Eagles, who are top 5 in rushing defense. And they're also top 5 in passing defense, by the way. They're number 3 going into this game. But yeah, you go back up to the Commanders' offense, or the Commanders' defense. The Commanders' defense is 5th in the league in passing yards per game going into this game. So, like, why are we not running the ball more? Yeah, I hear you on that side. From a Cowboy standpoint, definitely there was a lot of horror going on in that game. Whether it be the 5 turnovers that occurred or just the general disappointment. And that's the other thing too. They're like, in this game, there have not been the turnovers yet. Yep. Yeah, the Cowboys couldn't scoop that one up. Yeah, no, I hear you. The Eagles really benefited from some of the Cowboys' mistakes, and ultimately that's where things come down to in football, is who can make fewer mistakes and capitalize on the mistakes that teams have made. I mean, the drive summaries tell you all that for this game. Commanders were able to score a touchdown after forcing the Eagles to punt after 6 plays, and it was a really bad punt too, might I point out. The Eagles made a mistake in terms of the punt. They punted the ball and got it the Commanders got it at their own 42. That's been the best field position the Commanders have started with so far this season. Or this game, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's got to have been rough. Like walking in, seeing that, and then having walking in, seeing that, and having the family immediately go, "I'm sorry," yeah, or my condolences, yeah. Nah, that was not a good loss for the Cowboys or on Sunday. But yeah, great week. I mean, always great weekend when you can see the family. But yeah, that was not a good loss for the Cowboys this past Sunday because the Cowboys really needed that to stay alive. Board games are cool. What board games did you play? Excuse me. Um, Space Base and Hidden Leaders. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Alrighty. Yeah, so. But yeah, the Eagles and the Commanders so far. I mean, Eagles are playing slightly better, but not really. Not as much as I would like them to. But yeah, it's gonna be what halftime adjustments can the Eagles make right now, because they really need it. All right, so we are coming back. As an Eagles fan, how do I feel about this year? I'm feeling confident for the rest of the year, especially after what the Eagles have been able to do with their first 5 games off of the bye. This game should be more. This game is probably the most telling game, though. So, I mean, it's a must-win for both teams, really, for that matter. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm feeling confident. Definitely a lot less of the pressure that was off of the head or that was on the head coach is now off of the head coach. Um, yeah, I'm feeling confident. And about the team, yeah, I mean the team roster, the talent is there. The talent is there. The Eagles have the weapons. It's just a matter of utilizing them appropriately, and we'll see how things pan out. Brady Mann kicks us away, and it is going to get fielded and brought out to the 30, out to the 31, and the ball is fumbled. Ball is fumbled, and there's a fight for it. And now there's a scuffle. They are saying that the Commanders have it, so. Yeah, Austin Eckler clearly fumbles the ball, and the Commanders do very quickly fall on top of it. So yeah, it is Commanders football. Walker recovered it at the 30. So, all right. So it's 1st and 10. Daniels in the gun takes the snap, hands it off. It's gonna pick up about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 there. It's 2nd and 2 It's 2nd and 2 now. They're crediting them up to the 39, and it's 2nd and 2 for the Commanders. Yeah, roster, team, Slystrom, Eagles have the talent. Eagles have the ability. Eagles should be running away with this, in theory. But, yeah. Daniels in the gun, back to his left. Man in motion. Daniels takes a snap, hands it off, and dropped in the backfield. Immediately goes Brian Robinson. Yep, I hear you. Brian Robinson is dropped immediately there. Loses a couple, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 from the Commanders' 36-yard line. We got 13:33 left in the third quarter. Daniels in the gun, back to his left, takes a snap, back looking, throwing, and incomplete. And we have a flag. They're gonna get Cooper DeJean for pass interference. Yeah. Cooper DeJean gets pass interference, so that is going to be a costly penalty. That would have been a 3 and out, but instead it's 1st and 10 at the 50 for the Commanders. Some of that was a sell job, but most of that was not. Also, Jaden Daniels got hit by Jalen Carter, so. There has been beef with Sirianni. Some of it has lessened a little bit. It's a matter of, can Sirianni get out of his own head? Daniels in the gun, split backs, takes a snap, hands it off to Robinson. Robinson's going to get about 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Gets into Eagles territory. It's going to be 2nd and 8 from the 48. There was a little bit of sell job toward the end, but yeah, Cooper DeJean is pulling on the jersey. Daniels takes a snap, does a quick throw. That is going to be caught. Austin Eckler picks up the first down, gets inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. So that is a 20-yard pickup, finally brought down by Zach Baun and Reed Blankenship. And Baun, by the way, has been exceptional over the course of this season. Already has 6 tackles to his credit this game. 3 of them solo. About 12 and a half minutes left in the third quarter here, and we got split backs with Daniels in the gun. Daniels takes the snap, hands it off to Robinson. Robinson's going to run to the outside, picks up a good chunk there, gets down to about the 20. It's going to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Commanders at the Eagles' 20-yard line. Yeah, I will say this, winning tends to solve a lot of problems here. And honestly, we're a Saquon Barkley drop away from 8-1 right now. So, Daniels in the gun. Got a couple backs lining up to his right. Daniels takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get swallowed immediately and get sacked. It's going to be 3rd and 4 now from the Eagles' 22-yard line. That sack goes to Milton Williams and Brandon Graham. Half a sack apiece. Oh yeah, that hurdle was beautiful. I saw that live. I was streaming that game. That was a beautiful hurdle. That was a beautiful Saquon hurdle. That was incredible. All right, so it's a big 3rd down stop needed right here. Daniels is in the gun. We got a back to his left. Man in motion. Daniels takes a snap. Back, looking, throwing, incomplete. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage. He was looking for Terry McLaurin, and got nothing out of that. So that is going to bring up 4th and 4. So we will probably see the field goal unit come on. Yeah, that was definitely tipped at the line. So 4th and 4. We got 11:07 left in the third quarter here. So Eagles able to recover after the Cooper DeJean pass interference, able to hold the Commanders to a field goal try. And Zane Gonzalez. And we have a stoppage. They're going to get, they're going to get delay game. They're going to call the Commanders for delay game. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 9 situation now. Still going to keep the field goal unit on. Yeah, that's super obviously delay a game. So it's 11:07 now, still left, but it's now 4th and 9. So that's going to make this a a 45-yard try instead of a 40-yard try. Gonzalez snap hold kick is up, and it is good. So the Commanders go up now are back up by a touchdown. It is now 10-3 in their favor. Yeah, the Jaguars game was a good game. Yeah, there have been a number of really good games, but yeah, the deciding factor back to your point, Systrom, in terms of the beef, is if the coaching staff, and in particular Nick Sirianni, if they can get out of their own heads and call a good game, then the Eagles will be in a good spot. If they can't do that, then we start running into problems like this, where we've got weird play calls and things that don't really need to happen in a game like tonight. So, but yeah, that drive, even after having the Cooper DeJean penalty that injected new life into that drive, the fact that the Commanders only escaped with a field goal on that drive, it's really good. So the Eagles defense, I don't have any quarrels with right now. The Eagles offense needs to get back in the game. Top 3 plays of the season. Play by Kenneth Walker, Lions Seahawks game at 3. Yeah, that's pretty good. The hurdle. Yeah, that's a solid number 2. Yeah, and I don't really object with the hurdle and the Hail Mary being in that order, because the Hail Mary was a game-winning play. The Saquon hurdle, as impressive as that was, and as much of a SportsCenter top 10 play as that was, not a game-winning play. So Jalen Hurts does have his helmet on, so he should be good to go. Looks like it might have been a little bit of a cut was what he was dealing with. That is going to get kicked down to the 5. And that's going to get returned up to the 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line by Kenny Gainwell. So big return there. It's a big 30-yard return. Yeah, that Kenny Walker play, I didn't see it. We do have a flag on this, so we're going to check on this flag. They're going to ding the Eagles for holding. They're going to get Sidney Brown on that. So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty, pushes the Eagles back to the 13-yard line. Yeah, I'll look it up. I gotcha. Yeah, I'm not going to do it right now because I already get into a song and dance with the NFL every week. But I will definitely look it up. All right, so we got 10:56 left in the third quarter. Ball's on the 13. Hurts in the gun, back to his right. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Barkley, keeps it himself, is going to slide out about the 20-yard line. And that is going to bring up 2nd and 3 for the Eagles. Yeah, every week when I put up the post game episode, I get into a little bit of a song and dance because I have to go back and forth with the NFL saying, "Hey, my use of the clips, the highlight clips that I'm using is actually fair use because I'm offering commentary on it." So, uh, Jalen Hurts is in pistol formation, not legal advice by the way. Uh, Takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up a yard. The big oversized coats. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that. Okay, so it's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 21 after the 1 yard pickup by Saquon Barkley. He was brought down by Mathis, Fedarian Mathis. So, what does Kellen Moore decide to dial up here? 3rd and 2. Hurts is under center. Hurts takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. Throws across the middle. Caught Dallas Goedert down to the 30. Down to about the 35, 37-yard line. They're only going to credit him up to the 36. So it's going to be 1st and 10, though, still for the Eagles. That was a 15-yard pickup. Ertz was ultimately brought down by Jeremy Chin. And that is going to bring up a 1st down. So we got Hurts in the gun, pistol formation, takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to get back to the line of scrimmage and swallowed there. So inside of 9 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. So it's 2nd and 10, 8.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Hurts in the gun, Barkley to his left. Goddard's in motion, doing a little bit of dancing. Takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up a bunch there, gets up to the 40. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6, so we do have a 3rd and long. Approaching the 8-minute mark. Hurts in the gun, back to his left, takes a snap, back, looking, throwing, caught Saquon Barkley, picks up the 1st down, into Commander's territory, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, down to about the 17-yard line, 17-yard line, I was right. And that is a big Eagles 1st down, huge play there. You are absolutely right there, Systrom, huge play. That's a 43-yard pass there. And the Eagles are once again in the red zone. So 1st and 10, Hurts in the gun. Back to his right is Gainwell. Hurts takes a snap. Quick throw to Goddard. Goddard going to get up to about the 15-yard line is where they're going to mark him down. So it's a 2-yard pickup, brings up 2nd and 8. Brought down by Mike Sainristil. Brings up 2nd and 8. We're at about 6.5 minutes left to play in this 3rd quarter here. Hurts in the gun, Gainwell to his right. A.J. Brown in motion to the near side. Hurts takes the snap, back, looking, going to roll to his right, going to take off. Is going to run out of bounds after picking up about 2 or 3 there, depending on where they spot him. They will credit him up to the 13, so that's going to be a 3rd and 6. So we do have a 3rd and long. We're going to approach the 6-minute mark here. This is an 8-play, 74-yard drive that has so far taken 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Hurts was forced out of bounds by Benjamin St-Juste. Hurts in the gun. Gainwell to his right. Hurts takes the snap. Back. Looking. Has some time. Throwing for A.J. Brown. Incomplete. Incomplete in the end zone. Coverage was provided by Ben Sainristil. So that is going to bring up fourth down. And here's the challenge, right? So like this is where my beef with Jalen Hurts comes in, is that you don't have to be going for the end zone there. You only had to get up to about the 8-yard line. There's no reason why you had to go for it all there. Jake Elliott on to kick the field goal, 31-yarder. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. 5:32 left to play in the third quarter. The Eagles narrow the lead again. It is back to a 4-point lead for the Commanders. It is 10-6. So yeah, like that drive petered out because of some weird decisions. So you had a short pass to Dallas Goedert. It was only a 2-yard pickup. Then Jalen Hurts scrambles, and then he's thrown for the end zone. Like there's like, especially that threat of the end zone doesn't need to happen. A.J. Brown is really well covered there, and you would have to underthrow him to get it to him because the coverage is occurring on it. You can't overthrow A.J. Brown or else, I mean, it's either incomplete or an interception. Just because of the route that A.J. was running and where the coverage was. So yeah, you did not need to throw the ball to the end zone there. And again, weird decisions with regard to, like, at that stretch where that's going there, I'm running the football. So, yeah, that was my challenge with that. But 10 plays, 74-yard drive, 5 minutes, 31 seconds. I can't really argue with it. I would just rather, not. Like this is too much of a challenge here right now, so. Josh Harris in the house. Josh Harris, new owner, managing partner of the Washington Commanders, also is the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, so it's kind of a weird situation. Braden Mann kicks the ball into the end zone for a touchback, so that's where the Commanders will take over at the 30. The Sixers got slapped by City Council earlier today. They were doing some testimony related to the new 76-place proposed arena in Center City. Daniels takes a high snap, hands it off to Robinson. Robinson's going to fight for about 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Commanders from the 33-yard line. Robinson was brought down by Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, 2 of the Georgia Bulldogs. Daniels is in the gun. Robinson goes in motion, takes a snap, back, looking, going to take it himself. It's going to get into a standoff with Zach Bond and Reed Blankenship and does get the first down out of it. That's another first down for the Commanders. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 40. Jaden Daniels in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes a snap, hands it off to Robinson. Robinson going to fight for about 4 there. See, the Commanders are showing how to effectively use the run game. You keep relying on it. You rely on it the entire game. You use it to wear out the defense. You use it to fight for every yard that you can get. And it sets up the pass. 4 minutes left in the third. Daniels in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes a snap, hands it off to Robinson. Robinson initially hit in the backfield, then fights for about a yard or 2, gets up to the line, or is brought down pretty quickly. Brings up 3rd and 5. They will credit him up to the 45-yard line. So 3rd and 5 from the 45. We got 3:25 left in the third quarter here. Jaden Daniels in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes a snap, back, pressure coming. Daniels is going to get sacked down around the 35-yard line. They're going to lose a good chunk there. They're going to say forward progress was stopped at the 37, so it's going to be a 4th down and 2 sticks, and that'll send the punting unit on. Indubitably here. Nolan Smith will get the credit for the sack. So, Nolan Smith sighting. Another Georgia Bulldog. Yep, Tressway on to punt this. And he's going to give it the boot, almost blocked. Cooper DeJean's going to field it at the 13, gets brought up to the 20, fighting up to the 24. So a nice 11-yard. They're actually going to credit him up to the 25, and they're going to say he fielded it at the 12. So it's a 13-yard punt return by Cooper DeJean. We've got 2:27 left in the third quarter. Eagles still behind by 4. So, yeah. All right. So, Eagles have 76 yards to go for a touchdown. Be great for them to find the end zone. Really great for them to find the end zone on this drive. Because, again, the defense is doing all it has to do. Jaden Daniels, 9 for 15 for 103 yards. Jalen Hurts is 13 for 23 for 161 yards by comparison. So, completion percentages are starting to... completion percentages are narrowing a little bit in terms of the differences. Same thing with passer ratings. Jalen Hurts is only a little bit behind Jaden Daniels in terms of passer rating. And the Eagles have about 21 more rushing yards than the Commanders, so that is saying something. but the Commanders are getting more yards out of each of their runs. So that's also saying something. All right, we are coming back here. 2:27 left in the third quarter. Jalen Hurts lines up in the gun. Barkley to his right. John Dotson in motion. Takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to pick up the first down. Gets about 10 yards there, so that will be an Eagles. No, they're going to credit him only up to the 33, so it's 2nd and 1. Yeah, it's about half a yard shy, so we're probably... no, we're going to see Hurts in the gun with Barkley to his right. Hurts making a couple of changes. Takes a snap. Fakes a handoff to Barkley. Throws to Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith just needs to get to the first down and gets that. That should have been a horse collar. I need to see the replay on that, but the down judge might have missed a horse collar. Nope. Never mind. I was wrong about that. Nah, he pulled him down by the arms. That's not a horse collar. Okay. 1.5 left in the third. So we got Hurts in the gun, Barkley to his right, Aniyah Smith in motion. Hurts takes a snap, fakes to Barkley. Back, looking. Pressure's coming. Hurts is going to roll to his left. Hurts going to throw. Caught A.J. Brown down around the 50. Gets into Commander's territory up to around the 48-yard line. It is going to be a first down for the Eagles with about 60 seconds left in this third quarter. Good job by Jalen Hurts there, using his feet to keep the drive alive. And finding A.J. Brown wide open in space. Jalen Hurts in the gun, takes a snap, back looking, throws, caught Devontae Smith, who's going to only get up to about the 45-yard line after he runs backwards. And we do have a flag because there was a face mask on that tackle. That was such a clear face mask, that wasn't even funny. I saw that from up here. The officials are talking about it. I don't know what they're talking about. They're turning his helmet. That's like 90 degrees there. Okay, they get... He's almost looking out of his ear hole there. I don't know what's going on. All right. They pick the flag up. You're right. Yes, I'm... Eagles fans are in shock there on that. Hurts in the gun, back to his left. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to get ripped down there. And they keep trying to rip Barkley's helmet off. Yeah, they keep trying to rip Barkley's helmet off. If you don't call them on that, they're going to keep doing it. That is the end of the third quarter, by the way. We've got 15 minutes left in this game, and the Eagles are still behind by 4. Yeah, at a certain point, if you're going to turn the helmet such that the runner is looking out of the ear hole of the helmet, the officials have to call a penalty there. Because that's either going to be face mask or it's going to be illegal use of hands. It's going to be illegal use of hands to the face there. The problem is they didn't call the penalty though, Systrom. They threw the flag to they and I've done this before where we've had this we've thrown the flag to explain what we see as officials, and then when you throw and then you go over, you tell the referee what's going on, and then the other officials will come in and will either make some kind of a comment there. The white hat, the referee, will make the final determination, certainly in terms of whether or not that's a foul, but sometimes it comes down to, hey, I'm the official who threw the flag. I saw a face mask, and then another official comes in and they say, no, I didn't. So it comes down to that. So I don't blame them for talking about it, to try to have that discussion. Yeah, ticky-tack procedural things you don't quite get yet. Yeah, no worries. And then vague on specific rules and procedure used in football. Yeah, I mean a lot of fouls are a lot of the fouls in football are judgment calls. And a big part of it is consistency. And I actually got the chance to talk about that with Troy Vincent during the off season. He's the vice president of football operations, and he really had that. Like he talked really well about like the need for officials to be consistent in those sorts of things, and also he spoke about why replay isn't used for the most part in terms of officiating. So that's a good conversation if you want to check that out. 3rd and 7. We are back from the timeout. It is 15 minutes left in this game here, and we've got Jalen Hurts lining up in the gun. We have Kenny Gainwell to his right, Devontae Smith going in motion to the far side. Hurts takes the snap, back, looking, going to roll to his right, going to roll to about the 40-yard line, gets to maybe the 39-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and that will be a 4th and 1 situation. Yeah, this is gonna. Yeah, they're taking a look at this one. Yeah, they did a little bit of replay assist there, so because that was clear and obvious. So that is definitely a first down. All right, so the Eagles got a first down. It's 1st and 10 from the Commanders' 38-yard line. Super glad the officials didn't listen to the Commanders, who were trying to say that he was down about 2 yards behind the first down marker. But yeah, that football is very, very clearly right at the arrow there. All right, so 14:50-ish left in this game. We got Hurts in the gun, Gainwell to his left. Eagles still trying to find the end zone. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Gainwell. Gainwell going to truck forward, gets inside the 30 down to about the 25-yard line. That is going to be an Eagles first down. So gets down to the 24 is where they're going to credit. That's a 14-yard pickup brought down by Ben St. Juste. And Martin there, number 20, Quan Martin. Eagles have 300 total offensive yards in this game, but no touchdowns to show for it. Hurts in the gun, Gainwell to his right. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Gainwell. Gainwell inside the 20, down to the 15, down to about the 10-yard line. Should be about 1st and goal. No, they're going to say 1st and 10 at the 11. Which I guess is a good thing, because you only need to get to the 1-yard line, and then you have 4 tries to do a brotherly shove. Hurts is in the gun. Making a couple changes at the line. We still have Kenny Gainwell in. Gainwell's going to line up now to Hurts' left. Hurts takes a snap, Hands it off to Gainwell. Gainwell gets down to the 5-yard line is where he will get stopped. Forward progress stopped at the 5-yard line. And we are approaching the 13-minute mark left in this game. So we got Hurts. 2nd and 3 for the Eagles. They're crediting Gainwell up to the 4. Eagles still looking for the end zone. They just need to get to the 1.5 yard line for a first down. Hurts in the gun. Barkley to his right. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley to the outside, cuts in. And they're going to say it's a first down, but he's not in the end zone. He gets to the half-yard line, but that's where they spot him down. And Barkley, you can tell, is disappointed. Because all the Eagles need to do now is get to the brotherly shove, so... yeah, that's a good call by the officials. That's a good call. All right, brotherly shove time for the Eagles. And he's in. He's in. That's a touchdown for Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles have found the end zone for the first time this game. And they take the lead for the first time this game, with 12 minutes left to play in the game. It was an 11-play, 76-yard drive. Took 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Or 27 seconds. It is the second longest drive. It's tied for the second longest drive of this game for the Eagles. No worries. Yeah, I appreciate you catching up here, Systrom. Appreciate you hanging out. Jake Elliott on to kick the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is no good. Wide left. Like, what is going on with Jake Elliott right now? 3 kicks wide left. Yuck. He did. Yeah, he shanked the extra point, which is actually on brand for Jake Elliott. The joke is that Jake Elliott is usually in range, like halfway into the flight to the stadium that he's going to. But he is out of range at about the 25-yard line. So, but yeah, this is the 3rd kick out of 5 that he's missed, including field goal attempts. So, he missed 2 field goals, 39 and 44 yards, I believe, were the numbers. He's made 2 field goals that were relative chip shots, and now he missed an extra point. Yeah, that's the story of this game. But yeah, Systrom, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you you stopping by here. Definitely get some sleep. Yeah, something's got to happen with this whole Yeah, Jake Elliott has been wide left on all 3 of his misses. So, Braden Mann on to kick this away, and that's going to get fielded, brought out to the 20, to the 25, up to the 30-yard line. So, Commanders will take over. That was Austin Eckler. It was a 28-yard return brought down by Jeremiah Trotter Jr. And they're only crediting him up to the 29. So, Jaden Daniels in the gun. We have a back to his left. Daniels takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's got time. He throws across the middle, caught and brought down about a yard or 2 shy of the first down marker is Bates. That is John Bates. They are going to credit him up to the 37-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and 2. As Daniels is in the gun, back to his left. Daniels takes the snap, hands it off. That is going to be a first down, gets up to the 40-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10, and that is Brian Robinson on that run. Robinson so far tonight, 14 carries, 64 yards, one touchdown, the only touchdown for the Commanders. The other running back, Austin Eckler, has been more of a passing back. We have Daniels in the gun or under center, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, back looking, throws. It is incomplete. He was looking for Bates again there. There was pressure coming pretty quickly. That is going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Commanders. Yeah, couple of free guys there. Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham coming in pretty quickly. We got 10:55 left in this game. 2nd and 10. Daniels in the gun, back to his left. Daniels takes a snap, back looking, throws across the middle, and down into Eagles territory goes Zach Ertz, down to around the 44-yard line of the Eagles. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Commanders. So Daniels in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes a snap, back looking, rolling to his right, throws, and that is going to be caught by Scary Terry, Terry McLaurin. He is brought down by Cooper DeJean, but it is a 10-yard pickup, and it is a first down. Clock is running, though. Yeah, that is definitely a first down. And it was a good catch there by Scary Terry. So, Daniels under center. Fakes the handoff. Back looking, throws, caught by Bates, and is going to pick up the first down. That's 3 first down plays in a row. 3 plays in a row where the Eagles have, actually I believe 4 plays in a row, where the Eagles have given up at least 10 yards. Bates is actually only going to be credited for 9 there, so it is going to be 2nd and 1, but might as well be a first down here. We'll see. 9.5 left in this game. Daniels in the gun, takes a snap, hands it off to Robinson, who is going to get dropped in the backfield and does not pick up much of anything there. Might lose a half a yard, but within a rounding error, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. Milton Williams is officially questionable to return to this game. It looks like Milton Williams had suffered an injury, so he is questionable to return. It's a foot injury, is the report. 3rd and 1. Daniels under center. Back in the backfield. Daniels takes a snap, hands it off to Robinson, who gets swallowed behind the line of scrimmage and is going to lose a couple there. So it's going to bring up 4th and 2 from the Eagles' 26-yard line. And this is where missing that point after really kills you, because all they got to do is send Gonzalez on there if they want to, and they can be up by a point. But they're going to lead the offense out on the field. It's an interesting decision with 8 minutes left in this game. 8:05 specifically. Daniels under center, back in the backfield. Daniels takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to run, and he's going to get forced out of bounds, and it is a turnover on down. So a big 4th down stop for the Eagles. And the Eagles will take over at their own 26-yard line, denying the Commanders of points, which is huge. It looks like it was a little bit of a funny snap there. But, yeah, Daniels tried to recover, tried to take it himself, and 7:55 left in this game, and the Eagles have the ball and the lead. So just to clarify on the Jalen Hurts injury that was earlier, because I'm just now catching things up. Jalen Hurts actually had to be evaluated for a concussion going into halftime. He was cleared to return, obviously, because he's still in the game. So the Eagles have the ball back. They get a little bit of a lucky break there with the Commanders trying to get a little aggressive. Now we've got 7:55 left in this game. So the Eagles, in order to succeed here, whatever drive they put together needs to end in points. This drive needs to end in points. Not like we can't have it peter out. We can't have it fizzle out. We can't be doing any 3 and outs. We can't be doing any of that nonsense. Jalen Carter had a really good job in terms of, did a really good job in terms of trying to sack Jaden Daniels there. Jalen Carter was in the backfield like within a half a second of that snap being bobbled. All right, so we got Hurts now in the gun. It's a pistol formation. Man in motion. Hurts takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up about 2, maybe 3, depending on where they credit him. They will credit him up to the 29, so it's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. All right, so we got 7.5 minutes left in this game. Eagles up by 2. Ball's on the 29-yard line. Hurts is in the gun. It's a pistol formation. Anaya Smith in motion. Hurts takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing deep for a wide open Dallas Goedert into Commander's territory, and then he fumbles the football. It is fortunately recovered by Grant Calcaterra. Thank God. Thank God Calcaterra was there to fall on that. And it does get up to the 29-yard line of the Eagles, but that, and it was punch through. Yeah, that was a punch through there. So I mean, a really good play defensively by Martin, Quan Martin there to force the fumble, but way to be a heads up player there for Grant Calcaterra to save that. Hurts in the gun, Barkley to his right. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley, who's going to get swallowed up at the line of scrimmage and goes nowhere. They will credit him for 1 yard. Yeah, they corrected it, so it was at the 30 was where he recovered the ball. So it is 2nd and 9 from the 29. We are inside of 6 minutes left to play in this game. We have Hurts in the gun. Barkley to his right. Hurts takes the snap. Back, looking, throwing, caught by A.J. Brown. He's hit immediately and is brought down. We'll see where they spot him. They will credit him up to the 23. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. It's a 6-yard pickup brought down by Sainristil. And we are inside of 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to play in this game. We've got Jalen Hurts lining up in the gun. We have Saquon to his left. Hurts takes a snap, hands it off to Saquon. Saquon picks up the first down to the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5. In for the touchdown goes Saquon Barkley. And the Eagles take a 2-score lead. I'm sorry. As of right now, it's still technically a 1-score lead because the Jake Elliott point after is not a guarantee. We'll see what the Eagles decide to do here. But yeah, what a heck of a block by Lane Johnson there to make that happen. Jake Elliott, snap, hold, kick is up. And it was very scary that time, but it is good. That ball just had a magnet on it for that left upright, but it did stay in between the uprights that time. So with 4:58 left to play in this game, Eagles are on top 19-10. So it's officially a 2-score game. But yeah, this is where missing those points really hurts you. 3 times in a row, wide left. I don't know. Somebody must have put something in Jake Elliott's kicking footballs because he's been much, much, much less of a sure thing recently, and that is scary. Special teams needs to be something that you are sure about. So, Eagles need another good defensive play here. And then, so that drive was 5 plays for 74 yards. It took 2 minutes and 57 seconds. If the Eagles are going to continue on this, then they need to have a really solid performance. Like, they need to have a solid defensive stop here, and then they need to go on a 4-minute drill with whatever time they have left. But yeah, Grant Calcaterra saved Dallas Goedert, saved the Eagles offense there. That ball is kicked by Braden Mann and is going to get fielded in the end zone for a touchback. So Commanders will start on their own 30. Yeah, Grant Calcaterra with the heads-up play to fall on that fumble. A, to be right there, like, way to be there, and then B, to fall on that and keep that in the Eagles territory. Like, that's huge. So, all right, 1st and 10 now from the 30. We got Jaden Daniels in the gun. We've got Austin Eckler to his right. Zacchaeus goes in motion. Daniels takes a snap back, looking, pressure coming, throws, and that is picked off by Reed Blankenship, and that is going to be Eagles football. And there is the turnover that we have not had happen yet. It is the first turnover of this game. And the Eagles will get the ball back with 4 minutes and 50 seconds. That's a good pickup there by Reed Blankenship. And that is Reed Blankenship's 3rd interception of the season. Reed Blankenship is ahead there in that statistic now. 3 interceptions. C.J. Gardner-Johnson has 2. And then Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean each have 1. So that is the Eagles defense's 7th interception of this season. And that's a big pick right where it's needed. Apparently, Nick Sirianni is high-stepping on the sideline. That's hilarious, according to Zach Berman. But yeah, Reed just had a really good read on that pick there. Like, yeah, Daniels throws it. Yep, that's definitely a catch there by Reed. It is definitely a pick. So the Eagles have the ball at the Commanders' 46-yard line. I believe that's the best field position the Eagles have had so far. Yes, that is correct, because the last time the Eagles started in Commanders territory was at the 48. Hurts under center, takes a snap, pitch over to Barkley. Barkley's going to get up to about the 39-yard line before he's brought down. You're only going to credit him to the 40, and that will force the Commanders to take their first timeout of the half here. So they have 2 remaining. Trying to keep the Eagles from running down the clock here. 4:45 is left in the game. Eagles have the lead. It's 19-10. It is 2nd and 3. We've got Hurts now under center. Barkley in the backfield. Hurts is going to pitch it back to Barkley. Barkley's going to pick up the first down. Gets down to the 30. 25-20. 15-10. 5 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley. And the Eagles go up 25-10. It's a 39-yard touchdown run for Saquon Barkley. It's his 2nd touchdown run of the night. And the Eagles are up by a bunch here. Have the chance to go up by 3 scores. And we do have a stoppage. Saquon's catching his breath on the sideline there. All right. Jake Elliott on to kick the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is right down Broadway and good. So, with 4:38 left to play in this game, the Eagles have taken a 3-score lead over the Washington Commanders. It is the Eagles 26, the Commanders 10. You know what? I apologize. It's still a 2-score game. Because the Commanders, in theory, could score 2 touchdowns and get 2 2-point conversions. But they'd have to do it in 4:38 and then with 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. So, not implausible. And again, the Eagles' defense is going to need to step up here, but... the question is, are the Commanders a good enough team to come back from 2 scores down with roughly 4.5 minutes left in the game? And remember, there are no surprise onside kicks anymore. So if you're going to do a surprise onside kick, or if you're going to do an onside kick, you have to declare it. So, and not only do you have to, because of the way that their new kickoff rules are. So if the Commanders are going to do an onside kick, everybody sees it coming. All right. Okay, so we are coming back from the commercial break here. Braden Mann is giving this the boot. And that will get fielded. It will not get fielded. It goes out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, a couple of really big runs there. Finally, the run game is starting to break through. 14-yard run by Kenny Gainwell. 39-yard run by Saquon Barkley. like setting up these scores like that. That's huge. So you got Daniels in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes a snap, dumps it off to Austin Eckler. Eckler is going to pick up a good chunk there, gets about 7. The clock keeps running. We are inside of 4.5 minutes left in this game. It's going to be 2nd and 3 from the 37-yard line. Eckler was brought down by Mora Ojomo. Daniels in the gun, back to his right, takes a snap, back looking, pressure's coming. Daniels throws, caught. Eckler is hit immediately by Zach Baun. He is down inbound, so the clock keeps running. We are at 4 minutes left. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Eagles playing clock management a little bit here. Daniels in the gun, back to his left. That's Eckler. Daniels takes the snap, back looking, throws, and that is caught, and we have a flag. Zach Ertz on the catch. We're going to check this flag. It is a first down pending the flag here. That does stop the clock. 3:38 left in the game. Referee Adrian Hill going over to talk it over with Trawick Bozier and I think they picked the flag up. So it's 1st and 10. Yeah, they picked the flag up. It's 1st and 10 from the 42. Daniels in the gun. Eckler to his left. Daniels takes the snap. Back. Looking. Has time. Pressure's coming. He's throwing. It is incomplete. It's at the feet of Olamide Zaccheaus. Zach Baun was there to make sure that he got nothing out of that, even if he did catch it. It is going to be 2nd and 10. The clock is stopped with 3.5 minutes-ish left in this game. 3:29 specifically. Daniels is in the gun. Eckler's to his right. Daniels takes the snap. He's back. Pressure's coming. He's throwing. It is incomplete at the feet again of Olamide Zaccheaus. And we do have a flag on this one, though, so we're going to check on that flag. They're going to get number 97 of the Eagles. That's Mora Ojomo for roughing the passer, so don't like that. Can't be doing that nonsense. Contact to the head neck area. Yep, they're going to call that every time. You can't make contact to the head neck area. That was contact to the head neck area. So Daniels in the gun, 1st and 10 from the Eagles 43, takes a snap, is going to keep it himself, is going to roll over to the right, and is going to run out of bounds. 3:19 left in this game. It's 2nd and 5, runs out of bounds at the 38. So mistake there by the Eagles defense. Turns what would have been a 3rd and 10 into a first down in Eagles territory. Daniels takes the snap, hands it off, is going to pick up a good chunk there. That's who is that? That's Nichols? Jeremy McNichols. Daniels in the gun, back to his left, takes a snap, dumps it quickly off to Zach Ertz, who's going to pick up a first down, runs out of bounds. Clock is stopped at 2:53. I don't like how the Commanders are moving the football right now, guys. I don't like this. This has too many echoes of the Falcons game. We have 2:53 left in this game. It's 2nd and 1. It's actually 2nd and 2. They only credited him up to the 23. So Daniels in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes the snap, hands it off. It's going to get swallowed immediately, and forward progress is stopped. So, play is stopped. That was Jeremy McNichols. Loses 4 yards on that. Clock continues to tick. We're at about 2.5 minutes left in this game. Daniels in the gun, back to his right. 3rd and 5. Ball's on the 27. Daniels takes a snap, hands it off, and it's going to be McNichols again and picks up a couple there, picks up about 3. This should take us to the 2-minute warning. Yep, 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this game. It's 4th and 2 for the Commanders. This is their last chance here. We are at the 2-minute warning. Eagles up by 2 scores. 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. So yeah, 3 sacks so far tonight for the Eagles defense. 8 tackles for a loss, so that is huge. We're back from the 2-minute warning. Eagles still up by 2 scores. Commanders deep in Eagles territory here, but it is 4th and 2. They have to get a first down here to keep their hopes alive. Daniels in the gun. Eckler to his right. Daniels takes a snap, back, looking, pressure coming. Daniels throws. It is caught right around the 20-yard line. It is a first down for the Commanders. So they do pick up a, they're going to say up to the 21. No, they're going to say up to the 20. So it is 1st and 10. Hurry up offense. Daniels in the gun, empty backfield. Daniels takes a snap, does a quick dump off, and is going to pick up about 4 there. That is Noah Brown, I apologize. Noah Brown. We do have less than 90 seconds left in this game. Daniels in the gun, back to his right. Daniels takes the snap, back, looking, pressure coming. Daniels throws. It's caught. It is brought immediately down inbounds. Jeremy McNichols there on the stop or on the reception only gets up to the 15, so it's 3rd and 5. Game clock is winding down. We are inside of 60 seconds left in the game. 3rd and 5. Daniels in the gun, empty backfield. Daniels takes a snap, back, looking, pressure's coming, throws. It is caught for a first down around the 5. It's Lamade Zacchaeus. 44 seconds left in this game. 1st and goal. Daniels in the gun, back to his left. Daniels takes a snap, back, looking, throwing, and it is incomplete. Looking for Zach Ertz, broken up by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. The clock stops with 30 seconds. It's 2nd and goal. So a big pass breakup by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They're going to put 1 second back on the clock, so 31 seconds. Resetting the play clock. All right, so Daniels is in the gun. Daniels takes a snap, back looking, throws across the middle. It is a touchdown to Zach Ertz with 28 seconds left in this game. So 28 seconds left in this game. It is a 10-point game right now, pending the outcome of the extra point. They're going to have to go for 2. I imagine if they don't get the 2-point conversion here, it's game over. 2-point conversion. Daniels in the gun. We have a back to his left, and now the Eagles are going to call a timeout. So the Eagles will take a second to think this over. So their first time out of the half, they have 2 remaining, not that they need to use them. The Eagles should not be trying to do anything to preserve any kind of clock. All right, here we go. We have Daniels now in the gun. We have a back to his left. Looks like that's how they're going to line up here. Everybody's good. Good. Jeremy McNichols. Daniels takes the snap. Back, looking. Pressure's coming. Daniels is rolling out to his right, trying to find anybody. Rolling to the sidelines, and it is going to be incomplete. Looking for Zach Ertz, but he could not stay in bounds. Falls out of the back of the end zone, and that will do it for this game. Yeah, 1 foot down, or left foot down. His right foot never comes down, and he falls out of bounds. That is a good call by the back judge, Greg Steed. Incomplete pass. He could not bring his right foot down. So the Commanders will lose this game. They had to score a 2-point conversion here in order to have any chance of keeping this game alive. They are reviewing it. So this is under a booth review. Did he actually get his right foot down? The evidence has to be clear and obvious. We're taking a look at it. We're taking a long time to look at it. Yeah, that might be a catch here, guys. Yep, the 2-point conversion, they reversed the call. The 2-point conversion the 2-point conversion is good. So it is now 26-18. So the Commanders are still down by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So they're going to kick an onside kick here. And again, so now the Eagles are going to take a timeout to think about how they want to approach this. They have 1 timeout remaining. So far in 2024 onside kicks, there have been 30 of them this season. Only twice have they been recovered by the kicking team. So the Commanders are attempting an onside kick. Practice squad kicker Zane Gonzalez is on to kick it. and they squib it, and it is going to be caught by the Eagles. That will be the game. That was Dallas Goedert on the return or on the fielding, and it's fielded at the Commanders 47, and that will be the game. The Eagles are going to come away with this, going to come away with the victory. Jalen Hurts is going to line up to kneel it. And that will do it. Clocks are winding down. Everybody's going to come out, shake hands. Good game, good game. So the return home for Zach Ertz will end with a really incredible 2-point conversion. But the Eagles will come away with the victory. Final score: the Philadelphia Eagles 26, the Washington Commanders 18. A nail-biter from the beginning, but in the end, the Eagles found the way to win. And that's where things stand. All right, I'm going to record the post-game here, but I appreciate everybody for hanging out and stopping by. Definitely feel free to like and subscribe if you're new here. Really appreciate you. We'll get the post game out, and then it'll be in. Eagles are atop of the NFC East with a record of 8-2, while the Commanders fall to 7-4 in a big game for both teams, but especially for the Eagles. They went into a must-win game, and they came away with the victory. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Joe Donahue, and as always, let's go Eagles.